We're here to solve this castle wall by Serkan called Black Mirror. We've got some zero clues that will give us some fast edges, and in particular we've got all the numbered cells being black, so everything is outside the loop. That'll mean a few things. Between clues we'll always need to have like two passages of the loop, so this would be outside, inside, outside, and where we've got this 4-up clue that puts this in, like this is one thing we know for sure at the start. Another is where we have something, this being outside of the loop. We can't come into the cell. This is outside of the loop, which means this also has to be outside the loop. We couldn't come to the right here because we now have this be inside. So this end and this end both have to turn in the same direction to the left so that all of this space is kept outside the loop. And when we mark those in, we now have limited the grid enough that we have, for instance, on this top row, just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 edges we can take. We can't come into this cell, and so that eliminates 2 edges of the 8 that it started with. We'll never cross over these boundaries of split 2 blacks because then we wouldn't have the cells stay outside the loop together. So these come in here, these loop ends chase down and around, get a shape like this. Got one to the right, but has to be put into the grid and has to come and connect. This 7 has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 ends that we can use, and this 7 has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 ends we can use. So let's start with this 7 to the left, where we've got these X things. We can't lose 2 edges together. We only have one more edge to lose in this whole space, so we've got to mark these in. But again, every time we're between the outside of the loop and another clue it's outside the loop, we're going to need to have 2 loop ends come across here, and we're going to need to have 2 end loops come across here for this to work out. So when these connect, this gets marked undone, and now this 7 down has just enough space for it, which looks like this. Got a 3 to the right clue that has just enough room for it. This and this end have to come together, but the 6 down clue is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for it, so it's just completed with what we've got in the grid. When this comes down, this loop end comes down to the left, these ends need to keep dodging. We need to get 3 down in total for this space, and this end can't be used, so this is what connects in. This comes across. This 3 down has to take all these. These ends still need to stay separate, and they're going to have to come through this channel. Notice 7 to the left has used all of its clues by the time we get to the cell, so this comes in, this comes up and to the left, this comes to the left. It's got a good start over here. Let's come back to the top. This end has to chase over, this chases down. This is now 1 in this column, so we can't take more than 1 more in this column, so we'll never come all the way down to here, so these are marked off. That means that this 8 has just 8 cells, 8 boundaries it can cross, so this has to come in to take this full space. This coming across now actually completes the 2-up clue, so this comes here. The 6-up has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 edges, just enough for it, so that also completes. And this 4 down needs to still get 1 more edge to come, so these ends dodge until it takes this. This over completes the clue and now closes. So a good example with every clue being outside the loop of using the castle wall loop constraints to get started. After we get this big edge at the top, we've got a boundary that comes around the grid to the left, a different set that come around the grid to the right. Some ways we use these channels, force how the 7 left and 7 down clues interact, and eventually how this big 8-up clue interacts with this 2-up clue. So a lot of different simple ahas, but a good challenge nonetheless. Hope you got something from this video, and we'll see you again soon.